everyone, this is Gaurav from Automation Hacks. In today's video, we are going to understand the features in Java 10 that make a lot of sense for test automation. So let's go ahead. We are going to look at a couple of quick features which are really great in their own rights. The first one is local type inference and the next one is unmodifiable collections. So let's understand what type inference is quickly. So Java, as you know, whenever you create a variable of any type or any sort of code that you write, the first thing that you have to specify is the type, right? So if you are creating an object of say a class person, you have to start with person followed by the name of the variable and then you probably initialize that particular class or whatever be it, right? Give it certain value. Now this is fine, but for very verbose sort of classes, it can make the code very terse and difficult to read. So Java 10 took a leaf out of many other programming languages and brought type inference, wherein it is able to find out the type of the variable automatically, and you don't really need to worry about it. So let's take an example of this earlier. So here I have a simple test called as test type inference, and what you can see is I have var name equal to automation hacks, right? So clearly if you were to read this code, you can make it out that I have a string on the right hand side and I am calling my variable name as name, right? So Java compiler should be smart enough to figure out what the type of this variable is, and now it is. So as you can see, I have just called it var. This code is equivalent if I was writing it this way, right? And now in this simple example, it might seem like, what's the big deal? Well, when you have really long class names and really verbose class name, this makes the code very easy to read. So I just have this, I'm taking this value and I'm just treating it like any other string, and I'm printing the string, and then I am doing a couple of assertions. Quick pointers, I'm using Google Truth here to write fluent style assertions. If you haven't checked out this library, feel free to search in Maven repository. It really prints out nice messages when the assertions fail, and I can show you that quickly as well. So I'm just checking whether, so is this actually an instance of string.class, which it should be, and I'm checking whether it matches the value that I gave it. So let's just run this test. You can see the test passes successfully. It also logs name as automation hacks. Okay, so what if I were to give say an integer value here? Now this is interesting. We know this is an integer and the type inference doesn't give any error. So what if this change was made and I run? Of course, the assertion fails because first of all, it doesn't match the value that I'm looking for, right? And also, like if I comment that assertion out and run it again, you can see that the name is not of type string, right? So it expected a value that matches of type string, but instead it found integer. So this is how type inference typically works in a very simple nutshell. There are some rules around it. You can only use it for local variables within functions. We can't use it as instance members. So for example, if I try to create an type inference variable in the class, like say last name, so that it can be shared among multiple methods, this is not valid and it will throw a compilation error. And that's all. That's type inference for you in a nutshell.